Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Justin Wolf from Wolf Customs. Me and the family are out at the river today, just enjoying ourselves. My daughter brought her fishing pole, so she's going to do a little bit of fishing. About a week ago, I put up a challenge video that was called the Challenge of All Challenges. And so I'm going to possibly apply some of the things that I learned from that challenge. So, like I said, we're just going to have an enjoyable weekend. So, stay with us.
Okay, can we fish now?
Baby, we're not there.
Oh, Maya, no receiver.
Now do one where you're smiling now. Please? I got ants in my pants.
I guess, okay.
I meant to say rock. Oh, Maya. Come on.
Okay, Bug, let's go find some bait. Okay, Bug, come over here. Let's see if we can find anything. I seen a tadpole, but then Maya had got the water all dirty. Come here, Kaylee. You see all these baby tadpoles? Come here. See them all? Those are all going to be frogs. Yeah.
Those things are cute.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a big one now.
I'm not sure if you'll be able to find it.
I've seen some, but then Maya messed up the water. So now we gotta wait until it kind of calms back down,
What?
the water. Or until I can see a big one move. Ah, and this water's deep. May not be able to see him in this water. See that big frog right over there?
No.
See his head poking up?
I don't even know what frog's head looks like.
Come here. Look in the, see? Look in the monitor here.
Wait, what's that big nose right there?
That's the frog. Water's too deep. I won't be able to see anything.
not a big fan of the coming back down. You made it.
It's actually a frog.
And it's not a frog yet, it's just a tadpole.
Oh, that's
It's not always easy to find bait, is it?
That's really cute.
Yeah. Hey, let me see it, babe.
Which one are you gonna do first?
Oh, I'm gonna use the tadpole.
The dead one?
No, I'm gonna leave that dead crawdad for later. We're gonna use the tadpole first. Oh look, he's already grown legs. See?
Oh, he's already grown.
Well, you wanted to go fishing, right?
Where are you gonna put that at?
Right through his tail.
Will he die?
No. Okay, now while you're playing in the sand, just watch up here. If you see the tip of that pole start bouncing, okay, you gotta holler at mom or dad. Okay? Yeah, you'll know when a fish has it because it'll really bounce. See, if Daddy was doing it, I'd hold this line like this. You pinch that line and you feel it. You feel when you got a nibble. See, hold that line. Feel it? Feel that? Okay, so behind me is a dead cottonwood. And I told you guys that while I'm out here, I'm going to apply some things that I learned from the challenge of all challenges. And I'm going to process this for a future hearth boards and stuff like that I'm going to offer for beginners on my website for very low cost. But anyway, the video is not going to be on actually making a hearth board set or anything like that. It's processing this and being able to split firewood just with a saw. Okay? I've used this technique 100 times, but never thought about doing it on a large scale. So that's what I'm going to show you guys right now. And that's why I loved that Challenge of All Challenges video, because it taught everybody a lot of new things, including myself, about things that we've never even thought about doing before. So I'm going to cut this down real quick. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do, since I'm wanting to actually make a bunch of hearth boards, is just pretend that you're splitting wood, okay, for a fire. Everybody always cuts them off in sections and then batons them and everything else. And most of you guys know that I don't really care too much for batoning, so this was actually really neat for me. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to determine how long I would want my firewood, or how long I'd want my hearth board. So let's take this piece right here, and I am going to saw right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to saw halfway into the wood. Okay, so I've sawed halfway. Now is what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to come out here. I'm going to saw halfway here. Okay, so now I've got it's halfway here. I flip it over, and it's halfway here. So now is what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this, I'm going to smack it right here, and it should split off just like I was making a toggle system for a primitive trap. Well, didn't quite work out how it was supposed to, but let's try it here. Let's go a little bit more. Okay, it's starting to split out. There. Just didn't split how I wanted it to. But that's real life. Things don't go as planned. So let's try that again. But at least you guys can get an idea of what I'm trying to accomplish here. Besides that, this is the first time I've done this myself, so here we go. Okay, obviously I'm doing something wrong. I just don't know what. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave these for later. Cut this one in half. I'm going to go get another piece of wood, and we're going to try this a different way and see what happens. Okay, let's try this again, except for this time I'm going to go about halfway, and I'm not going to rotate it and saw it on this side. I'm just going to smack it and see what happens. That's more like it. Still didn't quite split the way I wanted it to for the purpose that I'm using it for, but now theoretically I have this section here I could saw off. And I could saw it off here and use this as a hearth board, but again, you would think I should be able to smack it right here and split the rest of this out. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Let's try it. Nope. So I guess I can just come and that's part of that challenge of all challenges right there, guys. I've seen this trick done, and I can't exactly remember exactly how it's done. I just remember the principle of it. So at least this gets me out, and it gets me to practicing, you know, myself. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to kind of practice with this a little bit and see if I can figure out exactly how this is done. Okay, I'm going to try to do that again where I saw on this side and then saw on that side. See, now doing that seems to do better. It seems to give me exactly what I'm wanting because I've split here and I've split here. Now I could very easily use this process for, you know, making firewood and splitting it down on various size, I mean even larger logs, because then is what I've done is I've now split it in half and I could continue to, you know, if this was a big log, I've now got it in half and I could saw that again, you know, halfway, smack it, split it again. I think you guys probably get what I'm talking about. If I was processing wood for a fire anyway. But for what I'm doing now, to attempt to do this to process hearth boards, it's kind of working. Still isn't perfect. But you can see, like that one, that would actually, if I saw that off right there, that would make a pretty good hearthboard section. Because is what I could do is before I saw that off, I could actually come back and shave a nice flat section here. Then saw this off and have a hearthboard. Obviously, if I was making it for, you know, myself as a good hearthboard, I'd make it longer. But you guys can still see exactly what I'm talking about there. So anyway, that's kind of a interesting little trick, I think. Let's try to do, I've got this already off, so let's see if I flip this around here. And saw. Let's see here, is that going to work? Smack it on this side. And then split that whole section off. Anyway, you guys see what I'm trying to go for here. So you try it and, you know, see what you can do. Because I think this is a very interesting way to process firewood really fast, using a lot less calories with just a saw. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, so something else that I had seen that I thought was actually pretty cool was how to make cordage out of trash. And, you know, a guy took a grocery bag and made cordage out of it and everything else. Well, I figure when you're out trudging around in the woods and everything else, most of the time is what you find is water bottles. So earlier I had got a Dr. Pepper and, you know, drank it and used it for holding my bait and all that good stuff. And I'm going to take the label off of it and I'm going to see if I can actually make it work with this label, because like I said, I think you're going to find something like this way before you'll find a grocery bag. So let's try it. So what I'm going to do is I just peeled this off and we're going to fold it in half and then fold it again, and with each fold I'm going to try to press all the air of it out and everything else. And I'm just going to keep folding this over itself. Once you get it folded over so many times, it becomes kind of difficult. Alright, I'm just going to stop right there. That's kind of pain in the butt. So I guess then, you're just supposed to start twisting this thing. The part that I'm not going to like is the part where I got to pull it with my teeth. I'm a big baby when it comes to my teeth, and I don't like anything pulling at them or scraping at them or anything like that. Alright. Wow. That is strong. When you twist it and pull on it, it kind of just cinches it. Okay, it wasn't as strong as I thought. It snapped. But that's why I'm out here trying this stuff, because I want to know. But I brought a grocery bag just to give it a try. So I'm going to pull out that grocery bag and give it a shot. So what I did is I just cut the grocery bag into squares, kind of the same shape or a rectangle as that label, and folded it. And now I'm going to do that same thing and twist it. You see the principle of it, you know, as you twist it and you pull it tight, it just kind of cinches itself into a little cordage. Obviously, I've got a lot of practicing to do, but there's a lot of potential to this, you know. It's a lot faster than a reverse twist on inner strands of a cottonwood or whatever you want to use for natural cordage. Yucca plant, whatever. So I mean, I could make multiples of these. You know, let's just cut this in half real quick. You know, let's just say that I've got multiples of these things made up. I could splice these together and I've got videos showing exactly how I splice cordage together. It'd be easier if this was a little longer. We splice it together, and if we had a whole, you know, a big or just a large grocery bag, I bet you we could get 10, 15 feet of usable cordage out of that, out of using trash. So, I don't know, something else to practice with. So, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to practice with this for a while too. You guys do the same thing. Like I said, I suck at it right now because this is the first time I've ever tried. But, that's what it's all about, getting out and trying it. This right here is what I call shameless product placement. Oh, I guess I put it in my... I don't even have it in here anyway. That's funny. Now it's actually really shameless product placement. Okay, so something else that I want to try is something I didn't see a video on, but I was told about it in the comments of my challenge video, and that was simply a keyhole friction fire. And basically, I think is what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to make yourself a hearth board, and then you're supposed to burn in here and here, and then you're going to make a little channel in between the two. I think these are supposed to be closer. I think I just messed up and made them too wide. But I think is what this is supposed to do is it's supposed to trap the dust actually in this other notch. So, like I said, I should have burnt this in closer. But I think is what I'm going to go ahead and try to do is I just have that channel there, and I'm thinking that the dust should gather in that channel, you know, and it should work like that. Should, okay? Like I said, I've never tried this. So we're going to try that real quick. If that doesn't work, then I'll go ahead and move over here and I'll make another divot and see, you know, I'll put it closer this time and see if I can get the dust to go into that one there. But let's give this a shot, shall we? Okay, the dust definitely started to go into that channel, but yeah, that ain't gonna work. Not at all. Let's see here. Let's try, before I make another divot, I'm going to actually enlarge that just a little bit, give it a shot. It's barely smoking right now. So we're just gonna let it sit here. I think it just went out. Nope, we're still going. Probably didn't make a very big coal, and to be honest with you, I don't know how easy it's going to be to get the dang thing out of there. There we go, there was some little orange going up. There we go. Obviously I didn't want a very big tinder bundle because I don't plan on actually having a fire. Alright, so the keyhole fire, that was kind of cool. So, but here's the thing. This takes a little bit more effort because obviously you're going to burn in and then burn in again. I guess you could carve it in, you know, if you wanted to, and make a little channel in between. You could do that. When is this going to come in handy? Well, you'll notice I was actually doing this on top of a log. I was just simulating, you know, if the weather was soggy and the ground was just sopping wet, or maybe you was in a marsh area, you know, or swamp or something like that. Trying to get this up off the ground, you know? And then let's say that I have to do it on the ground. Well, the embers being built on top of the hearth board, not on the ground. So that's kind of where this application would come in handy, is in wet conditions and everything else. So anyway, that was kind of cool. Practice with it, see what you guys can come up with. Well guys, while I was doing all that, the kid and the wife, they didn't catch anything because, well, you know, my daughter's 5 and you know how 5-year-olds are. Cast, reel, cast, reel. So she wouldn't leave her pole in the water, so anyway, she finally threw the bait off. But they actually got, my daughter was getting a little cranky, so her and the wife hiked on back. So I stayed out and did a few of those things that I learned. So here's the thing. Keep going, okay, in these challenges, okay? As you guys learn something, share it with everybody else. Let's keep going with this, you know, because I learned a lot, you know, in this week. Things that I'd never even thought of, or, you know, I mean, never in a million years would I have thought of making cordage out of a plastic bag, okay? The whole keyhole friction fire thing, again, that was pretty cool. You know, splitting and processing wood with a saw. It's awesome because I use my saw a lot. You know, and there was a bunch of other ones, you know, too, from other people. I just don't have the time to do it right now, but it doesn't mean I'm not gonna use them or practice them at another time. So anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and as always, have a good one.